All right, in lesson 1.1, we started talking about limits. Now, we were talking about two-sided limits. That's because when we were determining the limit, when we were evaluating it, we checked both the left side and the right side of the function to make sure that they matched up. Here's the thing. If they matched up, we said the limit existed, we wrote down that number. If they didn't match up or it went to infinity, then we said the limit did not exist. Here's the thing. I'm going to make one small change today and talk about one-sided limits. But again, it's important to remember that math is a language. So we want to be able to take statements that are written in math, and translate them into English. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off by reviewing what we did last time. So the limit as x approaches n of f of x, the function, is the number L. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that one small change and talk about one-sided limits. Notice I'm going to add a little minus sign or a little plus sign in the corner. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to translate those into English. So the first one, the limit as x approaches n. What this little minus sign says is from the left. That's all I'm doing. So the limit as x approaches n from the left of f of x is L. Now that just means I'm going to look at the left side, the strictly left side. Now here's the reason why we're using a minus sign. Remember, the left side of the coordinate plane is the negative side. The right side of the coordinate plane is the positive side. So that's where that plus sign comes in. So instead of saying it's from the left, this plus sign says it's from the right. I'm going to write that down again real fast. So the limit as x approaches n, in this case, since it's got a plus sign, from the right of f of x is L. Now the question you're going to ask me next, and I know what's coming, is what happens if they're not the same? For instance, what happens if the left side approaches L and the right side approaches M, as in they approach two different numbers, like 2 and 3, or 3 and 5? What happens to my limit if they go to two different places? Well then, this limit up here, the two-sided limit, does not exist. In order for a two-sided limit to exist, both of these left and right-sided limits have to go to the same place. We talked about that before. Wanted to make sure I said it again.